What if I told you, the prayer you're most desperate for right now might be the prayer God answers last? Not because He doesn't care, not because He isn't listening, but because He's doing something most Christians completely miss. Stay with me, because understanding this could completely change how you pray. The struggle, let's be honest, waiting is frustrating, especially when you've prayed over and over again. You ask God, you trust God, you hope in God, yet nothing changes. And eventually a question starts forming in your mind. If God hears me, why hasn't He answered me? It's a question many believers are afraid to admit, but it's one nearly all of us have asked. Biblical example, think about Abraham. God promised him a son, yet years passed, then more years, then even more years. Imagine praying for a promise and watching decades go by. From a human perspective, it made no sense. But God wasn't late. God was working according to His timing. Big truth. Here's something many Christians overlook. Sometimes God delays the answer because He's preparing the person receiving it. We often focus on what we're asking for. God focuses on who we're becoming. And sometimes the transformation is more important than the timeline. Application. So what should you do while waiting? Keep praying, keep trusting, keep seeking God, not because you already have the answer, but because God is worthy of trust before the answer arrives. Faith grows strongest in waiting seasons. If you've been praying for something and wondering whether God hears you, remember this: God's silence is not proof of His absence. And delay is not proof of denial. The God who heard your prayer is still working, even when you can't see it. Subscribe to Encouraged Believer for weekly faith-building messages that help you grow closer to God and stay encouraged through every season.